The Ron Van Dam Show is not the only cool and entertaining thing that Ron does. He also, well, there's the thing that, no wait, that's not him. Damn, I guess this is it. It's a good thing someone's listening. This is the Ron Van Dam Show on New England Broadcasting.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Merry Christmas to you.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Thank you for listening. It is the Ron Van Dam Show. I am Ron Van Dam. Let's get that out of the way. Now let's do a show. Go on, you do it. No, go on, you do it. I'm sick of doing it. You do the show. Oh, you don't have one, do you? Well, that says a lot about you. No, seriously, you do the show. I'll sit here and listen to you talk. Go on, do the show. Go on, do it. You can't do it, can you? You can't do it. You don't know what to say, do you? You can't do it. All right. That's enough. Because of the situation, only people who are vaccinated are allowed to listen to the program. If you're not vaccinated, then I want you to stay at least 6 feet away from the speaker. That's just the way it is. Don't argue with me. I'm not in the mood to argue with you. Well, have you looked in the mirror recently? Yeah, I know. You don't look good. Everybody looks tired and beaten down, don't they? Yeah, I've noticed that. It's apparently my job to make you feel like crap. I usually succeed. It is the holiday season. Oh my God. It is the holiday season, and that means happy people walking around and being happy. I don't know, not so much these days. You know what's funny? Do you know what's funny? Apparently I don't. You know what's funny? At the end of every year when we celebrate New Year's, this is so funny. At the end of the year, we always look at each other and say, oh, that was a horrible year. Next year's going to be great. Oddly enough, this time around, that was a horrible year, 2021. 2022, not so much better. Could be worse. Oh, no. That's not an attitude that you're supposed to do with the New Year's thing. You're supposed to go, I'm looking forward to 2020. The 2020 was not great. I'm looking forward to... No, people aren't looking forward to it. Want to get 2021 behind me? Yeah, just try to get 22 behind you. It ain't going to be easy either. Oh, man, that's not good. We need something to look forward to besides the fact that I have a new show every weekday. That's something to look forward to. Other than that, there's not much to look forward to. Got to be careful about everything you do, where you go, who you're with, what you say, where you get your news from, where you don't get your shoes from. What you eat, what you drink, the water, is it safe? I mean, it's everything. It's like we're living in a constricted space here. I feel like a chicken that isn't free-ranged. Free-ranged, I don't know if that's a proper grammatical thing to do. In any event, I don't know. I went to the supermarket yesterday to buy food, which is typically what I do in a supermarket. I don't go to the supermarket to get a colonoscopy. No, I go to the supermarket to get food. And I noticed there's a lot of stuff that they don't have. I wanted a small can of canned sweet corn. I add it to things like chili and all those kinds of things. It's a nice little accoutrement. So I'm looking at the shelf, and they don't have any. There's cream corn, which not a lot of people eat. A lot of sugar in that thing. It's tasty, but the people don't buy cream. You'll always find cream corn on the shelf. But niblets, the niblets wasn't there. Wasn't there. And I thought, oh my God, is there a niblet shortage? Has the niblet industry gone dry? Yeah, and I went to a few stores looking for it. There was just no corn to be had. This is not my biggest problem, by the way. I'm simply making a point. Hey, you over there, 6 feet away from the speaker. I was serious about that. Get away. Get away. Have you heard about the 5G thing? This is becoming my fact of the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, please prepare yourselves. It is that time again for Ron's Fact of the Day.
Yes, it is. I don't know if you've heard this news story. It's fascinating. You know the 5G thing? That's G. 5G is, I didn't know what 5G was until someone explained it. I had heard the term, but I didn't know what the hell it was. People just say things these days, and if I don't understand what it is, it's just another thing that I don't understand what it is. It's not significant. When I was younger, I had to know what everything meant. Now, I'm a little lazy. Who cares? 5G is, I guess, a faster G than 4G. And it has to do, and 3G, and which is more than 2G, which is more than 1G, which has more songs than the Bee Gees. Apparently, it's a higher speed thing, a cell phone thing. Your phone processes data or data, whatever, tomato. It processes it faster. It's a stronger signal. And AT&T and Verizon are kind of responsible for the increase in this technology. But what they're doing is they're converting their cell phone towers to 5G, which is a stronger signal that puts out. Someday, kids, when you get older, you'll learn that with 5G, your chances of getting some type of weird cancer are probably greater. But you didn't know that. I'm telling you, if I'm a soothsayer or a foreseer, I will tell you that about 10 or 20 years from now, long after my time on Earth has expired, they will come out with a report that says, cell phones, they're giving you brain cancer and testicular cancer in men and boob cancer in women. Sorry, we didn't know. It's like smoking cigarettes. Remember that? The government was actually passing out cigarettes to the troops because it was a cool thing and it made you feel a little more comfortable. And they were selling cigarettes. Everybody in America smoked, even infants. Now nobody smokes. You know why? Because they found out decades later it wasn't good for you. Not only would it cause cancer of the lungs, but other cancers too. And billions of people died from smoking cigarettes. It's going to happen with cell phones even more so. Mark my words, although you don't have to mark them. Anyway, that's my prediction. Anyway, so the cell phone towers are being converted to 5G. And you might say to me, Ron, what's your point? Well, I know you say that quite a bit behind my back. Here's the point. Apparently, it's screwing up the airlines. How is that, Ron? All right, I know I'm talking to myself. I realize that. How is that, Ron? I'll do it again. How is that, Ron? Well, here's the deal. It's screwing up the systems in the flights near airports. When planes go to land or take off, actually landing is the most crucial part of a flight. I think you know that. If you don't, I just told you, and that's true. It's screwing up the communications and the ability, the autopilot, and the ability specifically to read data in the cockpit. And it's becoming a big problem. As a matter of fact, and this is a fact, the airline's biggest concern right now are the 5G cell phone towers. The signals are strong enough to screw up the cockpit technical stuff. That's not good. So what the airlines want is, because on January 6th, is that the insurrection date? Ooh. Sometime in January, early January, the cell phone towers are going to be converted to 5G, and the airlines are saying, "Ooh, hold on, baby, hold on! Don't do that conversion. Don't flip that switch so early. We haven't figured out how to get by this stuff. It's making, it's not working out in the cockpits of the airplanes. The cell phone towers must be moved further away from airports. That must be a requirement. You cannot put up a 5G cell phone tower close to an airport within a certain range. Otherwise, we have problems in landing the plane and the cockpit information. It's screwing things up. This is significant. Not a lot of people are talking about it, but it's true. Check it out. Google the damn thing. Here's the thing. We come up with this technology and all these advances, but we don't check out what the results might be if we did something like that. It's true. It's a good example of that. We love the cell phones. We never really did a study as to if they're harmful. And if we did a study, do you think they'd really tell you? There's too much money on the line in that industry. Everybody has a cell phone. Babies have cell phones. Everybody has a cell. Even seniors who didn't even know what a cell phone was, they have one. They don't turn it on ever, but they have one. Everybody has a cell phone. People don't have home phones anymore. Phone home, landlines. What? What is that? Everybody has a cell phone. If you're going to throw a wrench into that by saying they're unsafe, it's not going to happen. If they're unsafe, they won't tell you about that one. You'll figure that out for yourself when you're older. Yeah, we come up with this incredibly great stuff. Here's a piece of technology that I just can't figure out to this day, and that's the Roomba vacuum cleaner. What the hell is that? How does it possibly clean in corners? It can't. It's round. Round things can't fit in square corners. I went to school. They told me that as soon as I walked into the building. And yet people have this wandering disc. I don't have a Roomba. I know people that do. I see them sitting in their docks a lot, these big discs. Looks like one of those shuffleboard things. What do you call that where they do the thing? I don't even know. Never mind. Anyway, happy holidays. The actual commander of the Salvation Army, I believe it's the Salvation Army that invaded Poland. Is that correct? No, it's not. Okay, it is not correct. Salvation Army, very, very prolific during the holidays. Those are the people with the kettles and the tambourines and sometimes a trumpet. And you throw money in the pot, and I guess there's a raffle. I don't know how that works. No, it's a donation. Oh, it's not a raffle. I'm sorry. I got that wrong. I'm getting a lot of things wrong today, huh? Yeah, so we're going to speak to the national commander. What better time to do so than during the holiday season? What else is in the news? What else do you want to talk about? Go on, it's your show. What do you want to talk about? Oh, Rachel Ray. Rachel Ray. Do you know who she is? She has a show on the Food Network. She's a chef. She started out like doing demonstration of cooking equipment in a department store, and she was so bubbly and effervescent, like a can of soda or Polydent. You drop your teeth into a glass and you throw in a little Polydent tablet, and the thing fizzes up. Again, technology at its finest. But she was very bubbly, and she got a gig on TV, and she exploded on the scene. Not physically, she didn't physically explode, although anything's possible. I remember reading a National Enquirer about people that spontaneously combust. For a while, I thought that was a possibility, and I made sure that in hot weather I didn't go outside. And then I realized that really doesn't happen. People don't spontaneously combust unless they've just drinking. Really? Really, Ron? Just drinking? Unless they just drank 5 gallons of gasoline. God, I blew that joke really bad. Oh, man. I'm embarrassed. Anyway, people don't spontaneously combust anymore. So Rachel Ray, and then she gets her own television show, which I still can't understand. She's still bubbly, older, but still there's some bubbles left. And then she puts out a line of food, Rachel Ray spaghetti sauce, all that kind of stuff, Rachel Ray cookbooks, food products. I get it. She's a chef on TV, food products. Then she wanders into food products for dogs, Rachel Ray dog food. Not so bad. It's not that I tasted it, but my dog seems to think, it's all right, Ron. It's okay. That's what my dog says. The Rachel Ray stuff, it's all right. It's bubbly. It's bubbly. Now she's moved into another category that doesn't make any sense. Now she has, get this, Rachel Ray Beds, Beds. She's selling beds that you sleep in for people. What? Rachel, this has nothing to do with what you do. Food products, I get it. Cooking utensils, I get it. Dog food, I get it. Beds? Come on, Rachel. What the hell's going on with you? I never thought of Rachel Ray as being an expert in bedding. Well, it stands to reason, Ron. If you're a good cook, you know your beds. What are you talking about? It's available on many websites. The Wayfair company is carrying her line of beds and bedding. So, what are you talking about? Oh, yeah, Rachel Ray. Do you ever see her sleep? Not bad, baby. Man, can that woman sleep? I thought she was known for cooking and sleeping, Ron. Look, this is going a little too far, Rachel. Someone has got to sit you down and say, enough, honey, enough. And I call her honey in an affectionate manner, not in a sexual manner. Take it down a notch, Rachel. This is getting a little absurd. So I decided I am going to put out my own product, which really should be beds, because I do like to sleep and lie down a lot. But it's not. What else do I do really, really, really well and frequently? And the answer is go to the toilet. I do that a lot now. So I invented Ron toilets. And here's what they do. It's fantastic. First of all, the toilet seats are cushioned for a nice, soft landing when you're trying to maneuver your large butt onto the toilet. and that last inch, you have a hard landing. So these are cushioned toilet seats, but that's not all. When you sit down on the toilet should be the most comfortable sitting position in your home. So what I did was I installed a tiny little hose inside the toilet bowl. And when you're finished, you push a button on the side of the toilet, and it shoots a little spray of water up your ass. It's kind of like a tiny little final douche just before you stand up in order to clean your butt. This little spray has soap in it and cleansing material, Clorox, and it shoots it up your butt, and it starts the cleaning process. It's also incredibly refreshing. I don't know if you've ever had water sprayed up your butt, but it's not so bad. It's lovely. It's like a waterfall. It's like a miniature douche every time you go to the bathroom. And here's the other thing that makes it so good for society. Men won't stand up to pee anymore, 'cause there's nothing to that. It's not gratifying in any sense of the word, other than the fact you're practicing your aim just a bit. But that's no time for practice. Men will now want to sit down on the toilet because they get that extra little splash up the ass when they're finished by pressing the douche button on the side of the toilet. You may say to yourself, Ron, this sounds like an incredible invention. Where can I get it? Online. It's not available in stores. It's only available in bathrooms. Anyway, I'm developing this. If you want to participate financially, I am doing a GoFundMe page, and together we can find great success in bathroom advancements. It's the Ron Bathroom Advancement Company, the RBA Incorporated. Ron's Bathroom Advancements. Interested? I know you are. Actually, after a few drinks, you'll be really into it. You'll think it's a great idea. Little splash up the ass, and life can be beautiful. Hey. Anyway, my guest, the commander of the Salvation Army, will be joining us momentarily. I don't know if that's a great idea at this point for him, but we'll see what happens right after this.
You may not realize it, but we put these breaks in the middle of the Ron Van Dam show to give you a moment to stop and think about the fact that you are listening to the Ron Van Dam show, and maybe give you a couple minutes alone with your thoughts to reconsider some of your life choices, like one of those moments might be happening right now. Are you still here? Well, okay, if that's the way it's got to be. You are listening to the Ron Van Dam Show on New England Broadcasting.
Good morning, Ron. How are you today?
I'm great. Oh, my goodness, you sound very up. That's wonderful.
Well, you know, I understand that you're a high-energy guy, and I wanted to keep up with you.
I'm high energy for about an hour a day. That's about it, but still, this is my time.
I understand completely.
Okay. We're talking to Commissioner Kenneth Hodder, who is the National Commander of the Salvation Army. And, you know, when the holidays come around, we tend to think of the Salvation Army. This is your energetic time of year, although this goes on all year, I understand.
Oh, absolutely, Ron. The Salvation Army is an important part of the Christmas season. But the work of the Salvation Army goes on all the time. You know, the people that we serve are going to be facing the possible loss of their home in the new year. Yeah. People are still food insecure. So the Salvation Army's funds raised at those little kettles on the street corner are going to help people all through the coming year.
There's no question about that. In my neighborhood, we have a Salvation Army store and drop-off point, and it is very, very busy with both people that take advantage of the services and those that are donating all kinds of things left and right. There's a line towards that area where you can drop off and donate, and it's a great thing to see because that's the system. That's the way it works.
Well, that's precisely the way it works. You know, the generosity of the American people never ceases to amaze me. We simply could not serve 30 million people a year were it not for the many more millions of Americans who are concerned about their neighbors. So we're deeply grateful.
Yes, and these particular years of recent, we have to step it up because the needs are greater, and the needs are always there, unfortunately, but it's time to step it up just a tad, isn't it?
Oh, it certainly is, Ron. You know, take food, for example. In a normal year, the Salvation Army before the pandemic would serve about 52 million meals. Mm-hmm. Well, in the past year, that's gone up to 278 million meals, more than a five-fold increase. We've had an increase to about $200 million in terms of rent and utility assistance, not to mention all the toys for children.
Yes.
So it has been an enormous effort, but once again, the American people have been so generous and so kind.
Yeah, there's no question about it. But it is a year-round effort, and I think that's probably the point that you're making. I'm certainly making it as well. It's a day-to-day. It's not just a holiday thing. Although this is... yeah, go on.
No, you're absolutely right. You know, the Salvation Army is in every zip code, mm-hmm. And we have more than 7,000 locations, mm-hmm. and all of them are busy. All of them are serving the people in their community. And that's another important thing to keep in mind. When people support the Salvation Army, the money's not going to some unknown location. It's staying right there, serving their neighbors. So if people are concerned about what's happening in their community, mm-hmm. the Salvation Army is a great way to help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your background is quite interesting. I see here that you're graduated from Harvard College in law, and you were in the estate law business in Los Angeles. And I mean, one would think, okay, he should have been happy with that. But you gave it up, or transformed it, I should say, into a system where people donate and people get help.
Yes, sir. I loved practicing law, but Ron, God called me to something else. And for the last 33 years, my wife and I have been serving as Salvation Army officers, helping people wherever we can, wherever we could. And I have to tell you, it's been the most fulfilling and exciting life I could have ever imagined. We love what we do.
Well, everybody involved is doing a great job, and it's great to donate and it's great to receive, but people should also appreciate those that make that communication happen and that connection happen. So thank you so much for that. How do people get involved and donate? How do we find the locations?
Well, there are lots of ways that people can help, Ron. I think the first thing to mention is that if people can help us on this year-round basis, that they can go to salvationarmyusa.org and contribute $25 a month to support the year-round work of the Salvation Army. They can also call 1-800-SAL-ARMY, which is a great way to make contact with their local unit. But then, of course, if they're walking past a Christmas kettle before Christmas, they can put a little money into the pot, or even if they don't have cash, they can use PayPal or Google Pay or Apple Pay. People can even give Bitcoin and Ethereum this year. It's quite an amazing thing.
Wow. I don't even know what half those things are that you just mentioned. So there's, I guess you got to keep up with this stuff.
Believe me, they update me on a regular basis.
He's the commander of tech is what he is. Okay. All right.
That's right.
Yeah. Every once in a while I'll see people throw things out in the garbage, and that's fine if it's ripped or dirty or beyond wearing. But if it's still wearable, it's just that you got something to replace it or something. Donate it, man, because it's a crime if you don't. And you do feel good. See, that's the payback. You feel good. Everybody feels good. Those that donate feel good about what they did, and those that take that product and can use it, they feel good. So I like win-win situations.
Well, Ron, you have just said it exactly right. It sounds like you'd make a great Salvation Army officer.
Well, I haven't received the call that you got yet, but we'll see what happens.
It may yet come, my friend.
Yeah, I think my number's unlisted or something. I don't know. It's been a pleasure speaking to you, and thank you for doing what you do, and have a great holiday season. Well, that'll do it for me today. Thank you, Commander. I will be back again tomorrow with a brand new show. Until then, I wish you peace.